Look at your life right now. Are you exhausted from waiting for happiness to finally show up? We've all been sold this idea that joy is some kind of finish line, a better job, a bigger house, the perfect relationship. So we wear ourselves out running toward a future we can't even see yet. But my grandfather, Daiki, never ran a single day in his life. And he was one of the happiest people I've ever known. His life was incredibly simple. He lived in a small house, owned very few things, and spent most of his days writing in his journal, tending his garden, and drinking tea. Nothing exciting ever really happened in his daily routine. And yet there was this deep warmth in him, this quiet contentment I could feel every time I was near him. One day I asked him, "How are you always so happy?" He just smiled and said, "Hiroto, I'm not always happy. I just have small habits that bring me back to happiness every day." That answer completely changed the way I think about happiness, because happiness isn't something you find once and keep forever. It's something you return to again and again, through small, beautiful practices. So today I want to share 8 small Japanese habits that help me return to happiness every single day. Let's get started. First, say "itadakimasu" before every meal. In Japan, before we eat, we put our hands together and say "itadakimasu." Most people translate it as "thank you for the food," but it actually means something much deeper. It's an expression of gratitude toward everything and everyone who made your meal possible. The farmers who grew the vegetables, the person who cooked it, the sun, the rain, even the life of the plant or animal itself. When I started saying this with real intention, something shifted inside me. For that brief moment, I was reminded of how much life came together just so I could have this one meal. My grandfather never once picked up his chopsticks without saying it first, even when he was eating a simple bowl of rice alone. Try this today. Before your next meal, pause, put your hands together, and quietly say, "Thank you." It takes 3 seconds, and it gently shifts your entire mood. Second, step outside and greet the morning sun. This is a practice Japanese people have held for generations. In the old days, people would wake with the sunrise, step outside, and simply say, "Thank you for today," while facing the morning light. When I started doing this, 3 things happened. The morning sunlight helped my body produce serotonin, which made me feel calm. The gratitude released oxytocin, which made me feel connected. And standing there in the quiet morning reminded me that I'm part of something much bigger than my own problems. Every morning now, I step onto my small balcony here in Nagoya, face the sun, and appreciate another day. Even if it's cloudy, it's about greeting the day with appreciation instead of immediately rushing into your tasks. Third, find and soak in komorebi. Komorebi is one of my favorite Japanese words. It describes the sunlight that filters through the leaves of trees, creating those beautiful patterns of light and shadow on the ground. In Japan, we actively seek it out, and science actually explains why this feels so healing. Komorebi carries a natural rhythm called the 1/F fluctuation, the same soothing rhythm found in ocean waves and crackling fire. This rhythm makes our nervous system feel safe, and it calms the mind. On sunny mornings, I stop and stand in the komorebi near my apartment for just a minute or 2 on my way to work. Honestly, it resets my entire emotional state. Next time you see sunlight filtering through leaves, stop, close your eyes, and feel the warmth. That's your free happiness boost. Fourth, laugh often and laugh freely. In Japan, there's an old saying, "Warau kado ni wa fuku kitaru." Laughter is the best of all medicines. There are even laughter temples where monks practice laughing together as a kind of spiritual cleansing. During the Warai Matsuri, the laughing festival, people gather simply to laugh, believing it clears away negative energy and invites good fortune. And modern science backs this up. Laughter releases endorphins, drops your cortisol stress levels, and relaxes your muscles for up to 45 minutes. My grandfather laughed a lot. He'd laugh at a bird in the garden or at some silly mistake he'd made. He found humor in the ordinary. When I asked him why, he said, "Hiroto, most people wait for happiness to make them laugh. But I laugh first, and then happiness follows." Most of us treat laughter as a reaction, but it's a practice. Try laughing a little more today. Your body and your mind will thank you. Fifth, practice a small act of teine. Teine means doing something with care, gentleness, and full attention. It transforms any ordinary moment into something genuinely peaceful. Take one small action today and do it completely present. When you pour water, watch the water fill the cup. When you close a door, close it softly instead of letting it slam. My grandfather did everything with teine. Even placing his teacup on the table was gentle. Watching him made me feel calm, because his gentleness spread into the room. Applying teine to just one or two actions makes you feel less rushed, and being present is where happiness actually lives. You can't feel it in the past or the future, only right now. Sixth, write down 3 good things before sleep. I built this habit from reading my grandfather's journals. Every night, I write down 3 good things. They don't need to be impressive, just "the weather was nice" or "someone smiled at me." Our brains naturally focus on the negative as a survival instinct. We remember one bad thing and forget 10 good ones. But when you deliberately write down the good moments, you train your brain to notice them. After 2 weeks of this, I started catching myself in the middle of the day thinking, "Oh, this is nice. I'll write this down tonight." I was collecting small pieces of happiness instead of letting them pass me by. Seventh, take an evening bath and let the day dissolve. In Japan, the evening bath is a sacred ritual. You soak in hot water for 10 to 20 minutes and let the fatigue melt away. You're not working, not planning, not thinking. You're just warm and still. Warm water relaxes your muscles and lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that makes everything feel heavy. And when stress comes down, happiness naturally rises. If you don't have a bathtub, a hot foot soak works beautifully. Soak your feet for 15 minutes before bed. It signals to your brain that the day is over and it's safe to relax. Eighth, end each day with "Otsukare-sama." In Japan, we say "Otsukare-sama" at the end of a workday. It roughly means, "You worked hard today, and you deserve to rest now." I started saying this quietly to myself every night in bed. "Otsukare-sama, Hiroto. You did your best today." Most of us focus on what we didn't finish, or what went wrong. But when you end the day acknowledging your own effort, you go to sleep with a calm heart instead of a heavy one. Tonight, say it to yourself. You worked hard. You really did very well today. Now, let's bring it all together. Say, Itadakimasu for gratitude. Greet the morning sun. Stand in the komorebi. Laugh freely to heal your body. Practice teine with one small action. Write 3 good things at night. Take a warm bath to dissolve your stress. And say, Otsukare-sama, to end the day with kindness toward yourself. These habits cost nothing and take only a few minutes, but together they create a beautiful rhythm of happiness, and I know you'll feel it within the very first week. If any of these connected with you, I'd love to hear which one you want to try first in the comments. And write in the comments, I will live and spread happiness around me. Take care of your happiness, everyone. It's built from small moments, and you deserve every single one of them. Thank you for watching.